Gotta get the dirt off of here. How's everybody doing today? Some of you are coming back from our half-acre homestead, but I didn't want to run the video too long because now let's get this started. My channel, get it out of the dirt here. I'll be with you in a second. Hey Tina, welcome back. All right, live. I've got to find it on my laptop, and my laptop is famously slow. There it is. There we go. Come on, come on. God, you're old. You're like my knees. You just don't want to work. I don't speak French, so your ads are lost on me. There we go. And there is the chat. We'll switch it over to live chat. We will pop it out. And there we go. Hang on. There we are. And now we'll go to live chat. And then I got to go have. Your plants look so nice. Well, you know, if love and care can make them produce, then, you know, that's what we do. Now, I'll be right back. I have to go use the loo, and I got to put the kettle on for a fresh cup of tea. And I think this little ball of celery is going to fill this whole tray, and then I'm still going to have this much left. Hey, Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand? Going down to shoot my baby. Caught him messing around with another man. Yeah, that was totally out of tune. I'll be right back. I'm going to put the kettle on to top up my tea. Get a fresh tea. Save that twist tie. I guess. Guess when you met me, it was just one of those things. But don't ever bet me, 'cause I'm gonna be true if you let me. My sister sent me a song clip that she was singing, and I sang this on Friday night. So now it's stuck in my head. I'm gonna love you like nobody loved you, come rain. If you let me. Now we'll get started while the kettle's boiling. Hey! Welcome back to those who were just with us on our half-acre homestead. Give me a break here. Oh, come on, help. Thank you. Gosh. What, Gracie? What? What you want? Oh. Gracie's got to have her camera time. Ears. Your ears need cleaning. Later, got a whole box of new Q-tips just for you. Just for you. Gracie, who loves you? Does Mommy love you? You love Mommy? Where's my kiss? I'm not giving you any. There's no treats up here for you. There is no treats up here for you. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Mwah. Thank you. Oh, yes. Oh, God. loud. Look at how her ears go back when she's really, yeah. Oh, yeah, that feels so good. Now say hi to everybody. Now give the Mona Lisa smile. You got something in your eye. Hold still. You got boogers in your eyes. Hold still. Don't you forget me, 'cause I'm gone. Say hi. Oh, no, you got your lovin's and you flew. Oh, bad thing. You're so mean to the people who send you treats and love you so. I haven't even been into the office today because I knew I had to get some work done. But you will have, tomorrow, you guys will have my leftover makeover meal. And I will probably combine a lot of this and along with, that doesn't need to be there, along with an update on the plants on the kitchen table. Or the dining room table. There we go. You guys see okay? Everybody loves Gracie. That's right. Oh, she's got her chicken. You give me that chicken. Come on, babies. There we go. She's still chewing. She can hear the click, click of the squeaky, but there's no life left in the squeaky. Alrighty. Don't ever bet me, 'cause I'm gonna be true if you let me. I'm gonna love you like nobody loves you, come rain or come shine. High as a mountain, deep as a river, come rain or come shine. Yeah, when the days are cloudy or sunny, whether we're in or out of the money, I'll love you always. I love you rain or shine. So my sister's giving me another song to get stuck in my head. Get down in there, baby. There you go. I love you always. I'm with you, rain or shine. I'm taking requests today. Just kidding. There we go. Oh, the babies. There we go. Now what I do is to try not to knock them over, I go in between them to moisten the soil first. And then I go on the outside, down the middle. We want to make sure their roots are absolutely covered with moist soil, just in case you guys didn't get enough the first time. What you got, Gracie? Give me that chicken. She has destroyed her chicken. She pulled a leg right off it. Well, she hears the word chicken and she's in that living room running around like I'm going to come and
Like she's teasing me to come and play with her, but I can't today, Gracie. You're going to have to wait for more play until Daddy gets home. Where can you purchase tall Utah celery? The seeds? I don't know. Just Google it. Google tall Utah celery seeds, and you should find a place that sells them in your area. I don't know where I get my seeds all over the place. I get some from MI Gardener. I get some from Rainbow Seeds in New Brunswick. You know, all depends. All depends. Soon I gotta clean my room. I also gotta start working on a lamp too that I want to fix for my bedroom. But you know, it's every day is something, isn't it? Every day it's something. Got room for one more rate day here. 'Cause I'm gonna be true if you let me. Come on, baby. Get up there. Sit up. Don't lay down. You need to face the lights. There we go. Everybody loves Gracie. You just look for it. You just look for it. One thing with the camera, the way it is, I don't have to go behind a fan. Hey, Tammy Duncan. Let me say hi here. Let me say hello to Seashell, Jackie, Rosie Bernard, Tammy Duncan, and Tina Elliott. Is that it? That's all that's here? Is that a good drink of water, Gracie? All right, back to work here. 'Cause I'm gonna be true if you let me. Get up here a little bit, just a little bit. Come on, baby. I hate it when they put sticks in soil. These may be just first shoots, but if handled properly, they should grow. Hey, Michelle. Glad you came over to the other side. There we go. You hear my dishwasher gurgling over there? I got to bed at midnight last night. And I didn't sleep well. I'm in a lot of pain with my left shoulder. And my knees. And then one of the reasons I want to plant extra celery is so that I can have it for juicing. As well as canning. That's a lot of celery. I've already done one of these trays and a tray this size, almost this size, Joe. And this is all I've taken out of here. Look at this. Look. So it's like a golf green. But you never know. I may have some, I may have some customers for it, I know Steffi likes growing celery in her raised beds, and she's raising 10 meat birds for me this year. So I'm going to be giving her some of these starts when comes time to go in, when they come time to go in the ground, right? But don't ever bet me. Linda, are you here? Could you share this with Wendy? Celery is one of the fussiest plants to start and to grow because it has to have a well-drained, not that the water's running out the bottom, but it has to have well-drained soil, like a well-drained raised bed, and it needs to be watered every day. I still have my cabbages to transplant yet. But I don't think I'm going to get to them today. I think I'm stuck on celery duty all day. All day. I'm in the nursery. Well, I'm going to plant some for canning, some for freezing. And I like those teeny tiny little jars, those half-cup jars for celery, because that's just a perfect amount to put in meatloaf or a soup or anything like that. Or a sauce, like my spaghetti sauce has to cook that celery now. The only thing that's not cooked in that spaghetti sauce is the peppers and onions and celery. The meatballs and the zucchini. Telling you folks, if you want to grow something that's going to give you a lot and you got lots of room for canning, grow more zucchini. You know why? I tell you, I'm almost out of my jarred zucchini because I put it in the meatloaf and you never knew it was there. I put it in spaghetti sauce. It thickens it. You never know it's there, right? But it's vitamins and minerals that nobody even needs to know about. Howie never even notices it. And now he said, oh, it's just because I don't like chunks. Well, we'll see. I didn't even bother telling him I put zucchini in the meatloaf. I didn't bother telling him. He would have just said, yeah, it figures. But I don't need to let him, need to make him aware of actually how often I sneak zucchini into his food. Right? I'm going to be planting extra parsnips this year because I'm not going to be doing as many canning up as many potatoes. Why? Well, parsnips, they can, and you can mash them and whip them with butter, and they're delicious. Right? And then I'll just leave one in the ground for next year to grow seeds, because they obviously did really well this year. Isn't it a little baby? There you go. Whoops. Down in there. Here you go. Here you go. Thank you, Joe. Or thank you, Linda, I mean. One day I want to keep the swimming pool and another day I don't. But if I keep this swimming pool, I've got to order a new liner because there's no way the liners never last from one winter to the next. They really don't. Even though I bought a good liner last year. Besides, Steffi needs pool parts, so that can also go to help paying for my meat chickens. There we go, the babies. Oh my goodness. Oh, this needs more water. No, I won't have to transplant them a bit again. These are going to go into the beds like this. Get my pop bottle water here and fill up my spray bottle. The only things that are going to have to be transplanted more than once, hey Donna, is my tomatoes, but they're just going to be topped up with soil and then watered. Some of the ones that I planted with too much soil in the cup, I'll pull them out, cut the bottom off, and pack it back in. And that's probably next week. I'm going to be doing repotting tomatoes again, or not repotting them, but you know, freshening them up with more soil and giving them more room in the cup. Oh, come on, the babies. There. Oh. Okay, you guys got to go on the table now because I am running out of room here. Yep, these will go from these trays right into beds. And I'm going to probably take my friend Joe's advice because I do have some landscape fabric. And I'm probably going to weigh down some landscape fabric right on top of the bed. I think I threw a baby in there. And then just, you know, cut a little hole and plant my celery in there that way. I mean, I've done it with paper, strips of newspaper, and make a grid around the plants, and that worked really well too. So, but we'll see. Okay, babies. And then I'm going to go out and get another tray. I may have to buy more trays, folks. I may have to buy more trays. I don't know how many I have. I think I actually have some out back in the garden, like on the bench, unless Howie threw them out. Yeah, getting a smaller bit from the original tray actually is working much better. Oh, there you go. Come on, come on. There you go. Come on, get down in there. There you go. Okay, I'm just going to give you guys all one hole there. There. I'm going to say when I'm done, I'm going to have well over 400 celery plants. Yeah, I buried a baby there. Uh-oh. Now, you might be tempted to plant these really close together, but at least give them an inch space between them and the next one if you can. Like an inch space from left to right and front to back. Because oh, oops, don't do that to the babies. Okay. Well, yeah, you got to make this that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it with landscape fabric, and then I'm just going to go in an X with a knife and plant the celery in. It'll be planted above the landscape fabric. Just the roots are going to go underneath. But I plant these pretty close together in here because not all of them are going to make it. Alrighty. And there's another tray. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 81. So there's approximately 80 to 100 plants in each one of these trays. My other tray actually has more. Now I got to go over and find a place for this. Whoops, sorry, I just squirted at my friggin' laptop. It's a good thing it's got a silicone mat on the keyboard. Hey, Practically Creative. Hey, Melissa. Always makes me think of Amish people and their weddings. They don't announce them early, but everyone always knows because they plant tons of extra celery. Why? I don't get it. I don't get the reference. All right, I'll be right back. Is it 4 o'clock already? Holy cow. Oh! All right, I will be right back. I gotta find a place for these. Actually, I have to give them a good water. Pot bottle. There we go. All right, where am I gonna put you? All right, let's get the flowers out of here. I'll put them in the windowsill. Oh, don't do that. This is my chamomile. This is hollyhocks. And this is one double hollyhock. And they're going to go in my window because I'm making room on the table. These will be transplanted into individual pots too. Except for the chamomile, it's just going to go right into the ground. All right, I got to take these over to the window, so I'm making room on my table. Oh. All righty. I need one more tray. Looks like I need 4 more trays, but we'll work with what we got. I'll be right back. Oh, do I have any more out here? Oh. Oh! Now, if you use trays year after year, that's one thing. But if you bring home trays, say from a garden center, please bleach them. Oh. Well, like I said, Michelle Jones, celery is fussy. You got to start, people often throw them out thinking they're not germinating, but they can take up to 2 weeks to germinate. So when you plant your celery seeds, do a tray and then just of soil, scatter the seeds on top, water it well, and then put a piece of shrink wrap over it. All right, but water it well first. Let's see if this is enough. And then, tedious and delicate, absolutely, but worth it if you want to grow. See, I see so many people buying cases of organic celery to juice, and it's like, you can grow it organically. It's really not that difficult of a job. It's just fussy starting. And once you get them out in the garden, they have to be watered all day. Don't make the mistake of thinking you can plant celery seeds in the garden and have them grow to a respectable crop, because they take so long. You'd be pulling them out with the weeds. You really would. So. planted you a little too close to the wall, but I'm sure you'll be fine with that. Horse dovers works practically. Horse do. Oh, or hoovy doovies? Or doives? Crap. I have to phone Howie, folks. I'll be right back. Ugh. Hi, baby, where you at? Okay, don't you gotta pick up my pills, hun. I kind of can't send you a text right now because I'm live streaming, so but I'll try and send you a text within the next 40 minutes because that's how long it'll probably take you to get there. How was your day? Oh, is that good? Just another day in paradise? All right, baby, drive carefully, okay? I love you. Bye. Oh. Oh, my shoulder. Shit. Anyway, the Amish near my cousin put almost anything on celery. Peanut butter, chicken, tuna. Oh, I see what you mean. So when there's going to be a wedding, they grow lots because it's one of the simplest hors d'oeuvres, right? Cause I'm gonna be true if you let me. Oh, you got two in there. I have drive careful, I love you on the inside of my front door. Oh, I say it on his way to work and on his way home whenever I talk to him. Because he goes through a lot of traffic and a lot of stupid drivers out there today. And it doesn't matter how good of a driver you are, the accident is just a word until it happens to you. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, the babies. Okay, Joe Mama. There you go. Enjoy your dinner, dear. I hope you're rested after your trip into town, into the city. Make sure all the roots get watered. Hey, Coco Bear, how's it going? Hey, Rosita, how are you, darling? All right. Try and work my way from the outside of the bunch in. I would have let these grow a little longer to get them, because some of these already have their second celery leaf. But the thing is these little baby ones, they're starting to go yellow, which means they're not getting enough space and water for themselves, It would be nice if local people would buy celery from me, celery plants from me. But we'll see. I'll find a way of using them or planting them or trading them. You trust me on that. Oops, come on, baby. Don't get totally buried. And it doesn't matter if you bury it right down to the bottom of the leaves. Why? Because celery can grow underground almost. A lot of people get really bleached out pale celery by hilling the plants up to the leaves as they grow, like you would with potato. But all that does is, I don't know what it does. It makes it less green, I guess. And I really like my celery to be naturally pungent. I didn't try growing celery for years because someone said, oh, it's so much work. You got to bury it every other day. You got to water it every day. You got to do this. You got to do that. And then one year I just said, why not? I'll try it. And now I'm getting to be known as the celery lady. There we go. Uh-oh, I just buried one. That's all right. I won't feel guilty because it just might survive anyway. My friend I had a friend in Colburn used to call me her Mennonite friend. I said, why do you call me that? She says, because you do all your cooking and noodles and canning and all that stuff. I said, yeah, but so did my grandmother. Hell, so did my mother. If Uncle Joe or somebody had a really good crop of tomatoes, they'd show up with a bushel and my mom would get out her canning jars and away she'd go. Nothing tastes better than home canned tomatoes that you've grown yourself. Now, I watched this study now that most of the food you eat is so full of pesticides that it's because they keep putting the pesticides and the fertilizers and everything in the ground, and plants, when they get watered, are being planted year after year in the same ground that's loaded with chemicals. So unless you're buying organic, most of the vegetables you get at the store are heavily, they've got pesticides not just on them but in them, because you pull the water, they pull the water up out of the soil, don't they? So that's why especially if it's something I'm going to juice, I really would rather grow it myself. Especially something like celery that is, like 70%, 90% water. You know what I mean? No, Cocoa Bear, celery isn't easy to grow. This started out as a tray of dirt and one package of celery seeds. I watered it and I scattered seeds and I watered it again, and this is what I got. This is what I've planted so far, And this is tray, my third large tray, and I have a fourth tray, a smaller tray. And I'm not even anywhere near done. So I have no idea what I'm going to be doing with these, with all of these. I don't know if I'm going to have room to plant them. You know what I mean? Or I don't even know if I'm going to, have any more trays big enough. I might have to buy some. Right? And then once they, like this is, I'm transplanting them into a larger tray, and then they will go from here into the garden. And then in the garden, they do well in raised beds with good drainage. They love coffee grounds, but they need to be watered every single day. So if you have limited water, or you live like in Arizona or something, unless you have lots of water, celery is not something you really want. Like if you pay for your water, celery is not something you're going to want to deal with. You know, like I couldn't own a house in the city because you got to pay for your water and everything in the city, right? And that water is just recycled, you know, stuff and pulled and filtered and then filled with bleach to make it drinkable. I don't call that water. I call that last resort. So I'm so grateful that I have a well. And I said to Howie, if for some reason we ever move, I have certain requirements. I need garden space. I need a wood stove. And I need a well. That's all I need. Everything else I can deal with. But those are the things that are so important to my health. Gardening, wood heat, and fresh well water. The three main ingredients Italian use in most dishes is always celery, carrot, and onion. Well, that's the basis for any broth. If you make chicken broth or bone broth or whatever, putting celery, carrot, and onion in it is what gives it flavor, right? So when I do my garden medley vegetables, I have onions, zucchini, tomatoes, celery. But when I do my garden gleanings, I do the same thing, only I put grated carrot in it. And I'll tell you something, I used to love macaroni and tomatoes. Just macaroni and tomatoes. It was a comfort food for my childhood. And I'll tell you what, I like my garden gleaning vegetables better. I just heat up a jar of that, throw in a cup of cooked pasta and some garlic, and that is so good. So good, and so good for you. Zugo sauce without any pasta. It was so sweet, pure, so sweet. What is Zuga sauce? Zugu. Okay. Come on. And as soon as I get this tray planted, folks, I'm going to have to go and start doing some editing for tomorrow's video, or I'm going to be up all night again working. So thank God I can make my own hours, you know what I mean? But I still have to have the hours to work in, right? Cause I'm gonna be true if you let me. Hey, Linda! Hey! Tomato sauce with stew meat and pork ribs. My grandfather learned from my grandmother's Sicilian mother. He was Calabrese. Oh, that's right. Mafia. I know that name. That's a mafia family, Calabrese. Did anybody watch the series The Offer on I don't know if it was Netflix or Prime. I think it was Netflix about the making of The Godfather. God, it was a good movie or a good series actually. It was taken from one person's, the producer's story. The guy. It's about the guy who produced it. Come on, the babies. Come on. There we go. These are so tiny. Hey, Charlene. How are you, darling? And Joe, thank you for my card, darling. I really appreciated that. It was greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated, Joe. Where's Joe gone? Oh yeah, she was going to get her supper started. Okay. All right. I'm going to throw you guys in there. I'm going to start. I want to get some of the more older ones. Just a few, guys. Just a few. I want to grab some of these ones that are actually have second leaves because they need more than the rest to get into the ground here. Get some room growing. Right down the roots. And you can't even wait until you've got them all planted before you water them because they'll die. They're so delicate they'll die waiting to be planted or waiting to be watered once they're in dry soil, right? There we go, the babies. High as a mountain, deep as a river, come rain or come shine. Give you a wet, even though you're not planted yet. Oh my God, I planted it with water spray. Look at that. I wonder if that'll work. Sorry for being late, but do you transplant all your celery into flats? Yes, I do. Although some of them may have to go into the ones with the divided trays, but then they're harder to keep the soil wet because they're in individual seed cells. You know what I mean? But I have some out there, so I might have to, guys, because I have some, these are the trays, but I have some seed cells that I'm going to have to put other things in, like my cabbages and stuff. Huh. Come on. Look at that. These little teeny tiny ones. You can you can plant them with the spray bottle, guys. Look at that. I have been doing too much work. Gotta work smarter, not harder. Let's see if we can do it with this one. Yep, that worked. Why is this not? Look at that. Huh. Pop can boxes, I probably could. But they don't, I don't know. We'll see. Uh-oh. Where'd you go? Right there. There we go. Almost there. Almost there. Come on. They're all so tangled up. So I'm going to say so far, I've planted about 300 celery plants. It's about 300 of them here. And each one of these, if they grow, will produce a bunch of celery. I used to tie them up into bunches. Nah, I can't be bothered. They just grow beautifully. Alrighty. Not as many in this tray as in the last one. Let's see if I can't find a few spare spots here. Really, there's a hole right there. Just sprinkle these guys on top, and if they take, they take. Whoops. Whoops. Alrighty, folks, this is the last tray for today. And I'm going to tell you, I didn't even use a third of this tray. So, I don't know. Don't know what I'm going to do, but we'll figure something out. These got to go under the lights. And I have editing to do before Papa gets home. Because I'd like to spend some time in front of the TV with him tonight. I'll be right back. Listen, I'm going to let you go. When I put all the planting video together, I will also show you the rest of the other seedlings and how they're doing. I'm going cross-eyed for you. Oh, don't do that, honey. Here. Okay. I now have 1, 2, 3 big trays and 1 small. I'm going to say 300 plants, easy. This is Mrs. Volfie from Life with the Volfies saying, this is my life. And it's a good thing I love it, eh? Take care. God bless.